if your staff members are saying, we don't have our best ideas when we're at our desk, then don't get them to sit at their desk all day long. So before we moved here, we asked the staff individually what they would value in a workplace. So one of the things that went into that questionnaire was, where do you have your best ideas? And it can be a dangerous thing to ask, but in the shower, out for a run, at the gym, whatever it might be, all the answers came back. Nobody put at my desk. RDC is a data and technology business, primarily providing information to clients in the aviation sector. Our business is reliant on the people that we hire. A number of our staff have been here since day one, so we've got a core of people who've been here for 10 years or more, but the company's been growing quite quickly in the last few years. So we're constantly aware of bringing people in who fit culturally into what we're trying to achieve. The other times that we've moved office, we've just done the design ourselves. So let's not even call it design. We look at the space and go, well, we need to put 20 desks in here. Moving here was the first time that we brought in help to build the space. And we didn't really know what to expect, but the very first thing that was suggested when we sat down with the initial meeting was, there's enough space here to have a very clear desk zone, a collaboration zone, and a relaxing zone. And then that's how we set about doing it. And because of the changes we've made, bringing on board different tools and different ways of working throughout last year, it actually just came together perfectly that when we moved into this office, our working tools and the working environment were all geared towards a different way of working. The desk and the PC or the Mac or whatever you work on, it's inevitably going to be a huge part of what you do. But it doesn't have to be the focal point of everything that you do. And I think that's absolutely right, just that period of getting away. It's helpful having a group of people who get on pretty well, but it's not about having a go to the pub friendship thing. It's about saying, we're all in this space, we're going to be in this space together for a lot of time. How can we make it more amenable to achieving the objectives of the business? If you're relaxed and enjoying what you do or where you work or where you sit, you're much more likely to have those moments of inspiration. We essentially prevent people from using email internally because people spend a lot of time staring at their inbox, and it's very easy to get trapped into that world of I'm in my screen all the time. So we brought in some collaboration tools that weren't part of the classic Microsoft suite. At the same time, coming into this office space, saying to people, work differently, there's a different setup here, don't be afraid to get away from your desk. I think conventionally people have thought that they were somehow being away from your desk was a bad thing. So they'd sit staring at the screen, working 8 hours, going home. We all know that you need the break, and the workplace can play a vital role in that. We initially went out to 3 different companies to help us scope out the refit, and we very quickly decided that Absolute felt the right company to work with. And that was because of the attention to detail in the initial phase of the work. For us, working with Absolute ended up being working with a business that thought like we did. And that was really important to making sure we got the result that we wanted. There were distinct phases to the projects. There was a lot of work we did scoping out the workspace and thinking through in conjunction with the Absolute design team what we wanted it to look like and what we wanted it to achieve. And they fed in a bunch of great ideas that have ended up being what you see in the office space now. Where the Absolute team really pulled out all the stops was we only ended up completing on our lease 4 weeks before we needed to move in. So the fit out period had to be concise, and each week there was a detailed plan, and we got to the stage where on the Friday before the handover, everything was in place and we were able to move in. And that was amazing. To be able to get this place out in 4 weeks was nothing short of incredible. Any business can copy what another business does, whether it's a shop or making something. You can always copy somebody else's idea, but you can't copy culture. You can't create culture to match somebody else's. You've got to build it up yourselves. and the working environment plays a huge part in that.